Bet. So we here, another episode of What's Good Bro podcast.
Yeah.
Partial crew.
Yeah. It look a little different in here.
Whole time, a whole lot different, man. And that's what we here for in this episode, man. The world is moving, the world is changing and shaking, and we gotta highlight that, man, because
Yeah.
we moving right with it. I say that. Um, so you see, we got is myself and Dre in the building.
Yeah, it's just us two. Y'all can also see on the background we got a little different it's a different image up there. We just going through a whole process of what rebranding.
You can call it a rebrand or a season 3.
Yeah, we just we about to take a real quick break and come back looking completely new for y'all. Looking new, it's gonna be different. Like the way we do everything is gonna be different. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a
definitely
big
looking
vibe,
forward.
man. And this is all intentional movement that we're doing, and we're really excited for it. So we're just gonna chop it up. And what's today's date?
Today's the
The
eighth.
eighth.
Yeah, the only reason we really have this conversation is because some major shit happened
Right.
in the country. And we couldn't go too long without addressing this. So
So how you want to start that? Because personally, for me, the highlight of all this is our first female black woman as a vice president, Kamala Harris. This is lovely to see. I'm excited for this. Congratulations.
yeah, I mean, look, for all y'all that don't like immigrants, she's a direct descendant of an immigrant. So
Yeah.
um, that she's also the highest ranking woman in the government in history.
Hmm.
Um, this election, we had the most votes ever.
And that's big, man. That's really big. It's good to see how everybody understood how important this one was.
Yeah, it was scary because not only did Biden had the most votes ever, Trump had the second most votes ever.
Right.
So it's also, I guess, a little bit of result of like the growing population, but percentage wise, this is the highest percentage since like the 1900 that have voted. So and then most people couldn't even vote. So
That's dope.
yeah, it's
That's true too.
interesting to
Very
see
true.
how this happened. It was really interesting because I never really watched news on past election day, even though no elections are really decided on election day. This was like super proof that this shit just takes forever to really count the votes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it fit this year. Everything this year has been wild. Um, we seen states that were traditionally Republican completely flip and go Democrat. Um, Georgia was a big surprise. Um,
Yeah,
I
Stacey Abrams right there. Ooh,
Yeah, in a
man.
way, I was like surprised that it was close because the media is like hates Trump, but
Mm.
them motherfuckers in the middle of the country, man. Yeah,
They be lost. I
the
can't even
the
say that.
motherfuckers in the middle of the country do not
Yeah.
want nobody to have no rights but white men. That's all it is. That's all they want. They want white men to have rights, and everybody else is fuck them.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was a crazy week, man. I've never seen like an election go out this long either, man. And
yeah,
when do you expect Donald Trump to give a speech? That's it.
he's not gonna give a speech.
He got a
He's
concession.
not. I mean, he doesn't have to. It's not.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not.
true,
It's
true.
not
Yeah,
constitutional
it's
for
not.
him to. Well, it's not in the Constitution for him to give a concession speech. So, knowing him, he gonna fight this shit until January 20th.
Big facts, yo. To the day he got to move out, yo.
And I think that's really important to state that even though he lost the election, he's still the president until January 20th. Or, yeah, I
Yeah,
think January 20th at noon. So when
yeah,
12:01 hit,
yeah.
if this nigga not gone.
That's gonna be a beautiful day.
But also, it's coronavirus, so y'all don't be out in these streets.
I was watching CNN and they was lit down in Atlanta, man.
Look,
They
at
was lit.
Atlanta, they out DC,
Right,
out in
true.
front of the White House.
Yeah, I believe that. I ain't seen
And
nothing.
what the best part about this is Donald Trump got the news that he lost on the motherfucking golf course. He did not care. Did not care at all.
Yo, I saw that. That's crazy.
Not a care in the world. Uh, I don't know how long he gonna stay in the country. um, He might be out the country before January 20th because New York is finna arrest his ass.
You think so?
Yeah, the one of the like I think attorney generals or something in New York was like, yeah, we waiting for his ass to not be president because
Dang.
he
Okay.
got some charges against him. So
All right.
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I was definitely curious about that, of what he was gonna do after, once his presidency is over, how he's gonna move and how he going. But if they
Yeah,
looking for him, all right, he
yeah,
goes.
it's gonna be interesting. We also got some local wins.
Yes, yes, my man.
Especially Baltimore City.
Mm-hmm.
We got the youngest
Yeah.
mayor ever in Baltimore City history with Brandon Scott.
Yeah,
Um,
congratulations.
this nigga came out looking like the Black Panther.
Hey, yo, Corona season, that push
Yo,
that he got,
he
doing
took
it.
Corona serious.
Hey,
He said, "Look, I ain't going to no barbershop.
I ain't doing none
I'm
of
gonna
that.
pick this
Yo.
joint out strong. Probably got some Afro sheen in that."
I'm doing this with my ancestors, yo.
Yo, it was
Mission complete, brother.
mission complete. It was lovely to see. Lovely to
Hey,
see.
yeah, I am excited to see what he does in the city. Really born and raised and working in the government this whole time. So he knows what he's doing, and he knows what the city needs. So I just hope that he has the people around him to execute that, man.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be interesting to see how things go on about the city.
Yeah.
But first we gotta get rid of this COVID shit, or at least get it under control. I think at this point we all know that 5% is like that target number. That as long as you below 5%, that we good. Maryland just recently got over the 5. We superseded 5% again. So Baltimore City took some actions and we back on lockdown.
Yeah, they trying, yo. They trying to do what they can, man.
Yeah, we back on lockdown. Even though if you actually in Baltimore City, you know that we was never really on lockdown. It was just formally announced. It was never enforced.
Yeah,
Niggas was
it
outside
never
anyway.
was.
So, yeah. So
We got to this time though, yo.
yeah. I
we gotta
mean,
end
let's
this,
at
man.
least try.
And it's flu. It's cold outside. Like the seasons are changing. We can do this.
I don't know because this shit started when it was cold outside and nobody really gave a shit. So, but I mean, who knows? Maybe this go around, people gonna be like, you know what? Maybe we'll take it serious. But I think these might be the tightest restrictions since they really had restrictions. Like you had 25% capacity for all public spaces. If you a bar that don't have a food license, you can't even open.
What you here for?
Like,
what you doing? Yo?
you can't even open, and then restaurants gotta be closed by 10.
Are there a lot of bars that don't sell food though?
I don't know if selling food or having a food license might be a different thing.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right.
It's gonna be interested.
Dang.
Yeah,
Fuck
it's
gyms.
getting real. So that just means everybody gonna be out in the county.
Bro. Yeah.
Because Baltimore County, they stuck with not trying to close stuff down. So who knows? But if cases start to spike up,
Golden Dragon might be
Yo.
live, yo.
I mean, I ain't going. But
I've been there in a minute.
yeah, it's been a minute and it's gonna be a minute. So, but yeah, y'all take care of yourselves. In terms of this COVID shit.
So it's like everything's
still.
about like 25% capacity.
Yeah, everything 25% capacity. And that's public and private gatherings.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we definitely just gotta be cautious, man. This shit is still out here, and it's flu season, amongst everything else. So the virus is still alive and active.
it's still live and active. Shit, today was today. It's the 8th.
Yeah.
11 people died today from coronavirus. So, y'all, we just gotta be careful. We know we all tired of this shit, but that don't mean that it's going away. So yeah, let's take care in that aspect. But back to our local election. Sports betting has been approved by the people. I think the next step in this is it goes to state legislation to get voted on.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm here.
it's
for it.
interesting to see how they gonna do this. Of course, I'm not opposed to betting. I just think that
So there's so much going on. In the world,
there's so
you
much
know?
going on in the world. Yo, we can't get through a podcast without something fucking up.
Hey, yo,
It's all right, though. and then the lights go. Oh man, it's lovely, y'all. But
Hey, yo, never dull
yeah, I
moment.
think with the sports betting, when I had read up on it before the election actually took place, I don't think they actually plan on it putting it to action until 2024.
Mm,
And there really isn't much detail about it, which is why I voted against it. I wanted to see more detail before I
mm,
voted for it.
true.
Um, I'm not opposed to gambling at all. I just want to know where the money going, where the
Yeah.
money coming from to pay for these casinos and to put
The-
the sports betting into the casinos.
mm,
And I want to know what percentage of that money is going to the actual community. So, but we still got a lot of time to figure that out because,
yeah.
like I said, I don't think it's going to be active until 2024. So,
W-
and that means there's two elections to go before we can, I guess,
Utilize
really
that.
deny it and or decline it in further elections. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Anything else we got going on locally?
Nah.
Nah, I really think that's it locally. Back to the big election. Trump still denying that he lost.
Hey, he gonna do that forever, man.
Yeah,
He gonna
it's
take that to his grave. But I'm really happy to see that it wasn't, although it was kind of close. It was a stamp win for Biden. So it was like no debating for real.
yeah, it's like a
They
lot
can
of we
recount
thought
all they
that
want.
Georgia was going to go Democrat, so we was like really looking at Pennsylvania heavy
Yeah,
and Arizona and Nevada, um, because he Biden won Michigan and Wisconsin, so we didn't really need Georgia or Pennsylvania to win. As long as Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Arizona was
mhm,
for Biden, he was going to win
yeah.
regardless. So
Nah, but
this
those stamps.
it really made it more of a landslide victory than what we thought,
Mhm.
and that's just electoral votes. We all know popular vote. Biden might have won by almost like 10 million votes. So it's like,
So when is that going to end now, yo? Like I think that's
well,
another conversation that
that's
should be
the next
happening. Yeah,
steps
yeah.
to us becoming an actual
Mm,
democracy.
yeah.
We're not really a democratic country because the people don't really make the decisions.
Mhm.
It's these electoral colleges, the electoral um, voters who are really anonymous. We don't know who's actually casting these votes. It's
Nah,
really weird. Um,
that's America.
but yeah, it's America. Yeah, so hopefully we can get to that with before our lifetime is over. I know it ain't happening in the next couple elections, but
Yeah.
our kids can grow up in a true democracy. Also, just going through the exit polls, which is where you really get the statistics on how America voted, outside of just like who the candidates are. Most people that voted for Biden didn't really vote for Biden in these surveys that they provide after the election.
Mhm.
Um, most people actually voted against Trump versus it being for Biden, which is not a surprise because I think Trump just caters to his people, and if you're not his people, he doesn't care. Yeah. So the exit polls that I'm looking at right now, it hasn't been updated since November the 4th, so we might get more numbers coming in. But out of the people that voted for Biden, it was only 47% of the people that actually wanted him to win versus 67% that was like, nah.
That makes sense. I would definitely agree with
Yeah,
that.
that's bad. The more people are against Biden versus,
I will
but
I would say though for me, I was definitely part of that 47% that voted for him. But it's like
would you vote for him or you vote for Kamala?
I would definitely vote for Kamal. Like no doubt that was everything for me. But when he did his speech, that was a moment where it's like, all right, I although I don't fully believe you, or he did the right thing. He
Hmm.
said the right thing. Our country is in a big debacle, where I believe it's kind of like a war.
Yeah.
That possibly could happen, and I feel like he did the best he could with the words and his position to fix something. So it was a little bit of hope in that. But I'm definitely excited to see Kamala and having that seat at the table. And it was interesting to know that his wife is an educator as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll be a good push for some changes in that system.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see who he puts into his cabinet.
Yeah.
I would like to see a nice amount of melanin in his cabinet. We know the vice president is black, but
Yeah.
let's put Stacey Abrams in there, see what she
She
can get done.
deserve it, man.
Yeah, there's
She
some other
she
people that I think need to step up. Also, if you live in Georgia or you know someone that live in Georgia, they have for their senators. There's a I don't know what they really call it, but there's another vote in January because in Georgia, if you don't get at least 50% of the vote, they do a second
Oh,
like election
okay.
in January. So, um, yeah, make sure y'all register in Georgia if you're not registered. If you are registered, go ahead and vote January 5th.
That
Um,
sound like a trick back there.
and let's bring it down to how we usually talk. Where we talking about our black men and how we vote.
Mm-hmm.
This election, we in terms of black men, which it's kind of sad to see this, but we're not a large population of the country. Only about 5% of the voters were black men,
Mm.
but 80% of us voted for Biden.
Wow.
Um, 18 were for Trump. I guess other 2% are independent
Kanye.
parties.
Kanye got his
I don't even
votes.
want to know that. I think it was about 50. Last time I seen something, it was like 50,000 people that actually voted for
Yeah.
Kanye,
Yeah.
which shame on
It
all
was
y'all.
crazy. Yeah.
Shame on
He
y'all.
had numbers.
Yeah, he actually gave a concession speech.
Did
I
he?
think it was like a tweet. I don't think it was a
Oh,
whole speech, but
I mean that's good. At least he gave up on that one.
yeah, it was
I
that
need
was
to
cute.
see that. He said
But
that was
yeah,
cute.
yeah, black men, and honestly, with this election, black men, black women are the reason that Biden won.
Yeah.
In all the areas that we're prominent at, we torched it. So I wouldn't say this election is really on us. It was definitely on the black vote that got us here because even when we go to like Latinos or Latinx, they put the X on
Yeah,
there
that
for
X
whatever.
on there.
Um,
I'm not sure what that
a
means.
lot of the numbers aren't the same for white people. It's just ridiculous. I mean, only 40% of white men voted for Biden. Only 43% of white women voted for Biden.
So they was
So
in a real debacle. they
I mean,
they didn't know what to
if
do.
we left the country up to these white folks, we
Right.
already know what it would look like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so let's try that. And it's really weird because the population of the United States is becoming less white. So um, I think that's a big reason why Trump's appeal was so large
Mm,
because
yeah.
those people in the middle of the country that don't be around people of color,
Yeah.
they just had to
They,
get
they,
their white supremacy on for one
they
last time.
hurting right now, man.
They had the last hurrah for white supremacy, but that's just dead.
hmm
Um,
I saw somebody tweet, "Hey, we back to old racism now."
I and honestly, I kind of prefer this that in your face racism.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need that Jim Crow
Yeah,
racism shit.
we gotta be cautious, man. Got
Yeah,
to. Got to. But honestly, it was a lot of positive changes that happened. So I am excited and optimistic to the future.
yeah. I mean, this might be the first time I think maybe ever that well, since the Democrats were like progressive, that they could potentially have the House, the Senate, and the presidency.
Yeah,
So it might be big, which means almost anything that Biden wants to get passed will get passed.
that would be fine.
Versus with like Obama, where if the House or the Congress could pass it, but then because of the Senate was all Republicans,
Yeah,
it wasn't going
it
nowhere.
stopped
So
right there.
it's interesting. When you think we getting them stimmies?
Man, we ain't never getting them things, yo. Them things ain't coming.
Oh, we not getting them from nah.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna be till 2021.
Nice.
Donald Trump ain't giving out
Man,
no more money.
Giving out
Fuck
pennies to
that.
the people, man. Giving out pennies. Nah,
Nothing.
I don't know. Anything else on this politic tip, man?
Nah, man.
It's 2020, going into 2021 now. We're gonna have a new president, a female, a woman, black woman as a vice president.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much more in this presidency. I'm interested to see what's next. My little self project for this month really is to read Martin Luther King's last book. It's actually called What Happens Next. I think
Mm.
it's called Community or chaos.
All right,
So
that's a good one.
just to tap into one of the great minds of the past to see
I like
how
that.
he envisioned where we would go or how we could progress to what he envisioned.
That's a good one. Like that.
But yeah, but I don't have nothing else on this politics shit. It really drained me out.
Yeah, man, it's a long week,
Yeah,
man.
it
A
drained me out.
long
Oh,
week.
I do have I guess a couple more things. It's a disgrace how much they spend on these advertisements. Um, this year it was $14 billion
Damn.
spent on this election in the middle of a pandemic where people are
Yeah,
literally
that's the
starving
point.
and trying to scrape up pennies.
14 bill.
They spent $14 billion,
Both of them together.
both of them together.
Mm, that's crazy,
It's a disgrace. We worried about funding for education, and they spent $14 billion to get elected.
bro.
And most likely, we're not gonna see no changes in the immediate future.
Yeah, that is an
So
interesting point, dog.
yeah, very sad to see that. And I just think the way that the media covers politics is really, really strange. Van Jones crying ass made me fucking sick. Like, oh, made me sick. Because Van Jones was smiling in Trump's face when he got elected in 2016.
Okay.
And just over the last year and a half, he became like this Trump hater. And I think that's honestly most media outside of Fox News is they just like so anti-Trump. It which I mean, he's a terrible president, but he's honestly probably a terrible person, but he's entertaining. So I get why. The 18% of y'all niggas that voted for him, I kind of get it. Like, cause y'all don't. I mean,
They don't care either.
yeah, y'all don't care either. It's like, oh, he's entertaining. And he say rich nigga shit. He say rapper shit.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Can't be
Before
back.
all this, we cannot, forget how much
he
Donald Trump
he
was talked
really
about
lived
and-
like a rapper. He
yeah.
fucked prostitutes. He don't pay back his loans. He be
Donald
spending
Trump,
money
man.
that he don't have. He live rapper shit. But yeah, the way the media just covers politics is really strange. It's no one's trying to make sense of it. It's just like you pick your side and you do your best to discredit the other side.
Yeah,
It's like I'm not picking teams, especially my black ass ain't picking teams when really neither one of these sides
Ain't
is
for
for
me.
us. Um, but yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see how shit goes forward from there because Biden was talking all that black shit before. Now that he got the vote and he got the power,
Yeah. We gonna follow
let's
through
see.
now.
Yeah,
100, man. So all that happened, and now we at a point where we just gotta get ready for that transition, and we still in the midst of COVID, so we gotta stay safe, but be prepared, for that, for the new order that's coming. I guess you could say.
yeah. I mean, new world order, old world order. It's just
Real talk, yeah.
it's
We're
a
going
new
back to
old-
the old
We're going
American
back
way.
to the old shit. Then,
Yeah.
it's the new old. Until
But-
we change it.
We got a nice seat at the table. She got to report back. I want to know everything that happens in these meetings. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
I want to know, man. I'm gonna see her at the NPHC meetings.
Oh, you know what? This is actually I did forget to mention this. This is a huge one for HBCUs.
Yeah, HBCUs. Yup.
HBCUs,
Howard,
Y'all AKA is gonna be ski win. Y'all
Man.
wade through
Yo,
the next 4 years.
they really helped her out with this election too, man. They were doing a lot of fundraising and a lot of groundwork, man. So shout out to the sorority for pushing.
Yeah,
that.
so for all y'all that be dogging HBCUs, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. They
they on
they
the rise,
clearly-
yo.
they clearly produce capable people.
Facts. Big
But yeah, I
facts.
don't want to hear these kiwis for the next 4 years.
Yo, that's gonna be crazy. January.
Yeah, honestly, yo, it's
Ooh.
COVID, so y'all don't need to be outside. And honestly, Biden ass probably don't need to be outside either, because y'all know that he's 80.
Hey, yo, when he did his speech though, I did like when he came out.
Yo, he came out with
a
the
little
hop,
bop.
the hop skip.
He came out with that little run, yo. I was like, okay.
My man took a little youth serum before he popped a gas station sex pill before he got out there, because ain't no way he had all that
He was
energy.
ready, dog. He was, I'm running out there. Them showing me I'm still young and got it.
Yeah, he showed that he still had it. I honestly, I don't like it. Listen to him speak because He can't talk.
Chill. He's a little slow, but
I mean, look, he's got a wonderful story. He had speech impediment, he used to
Mm-hmm.
stutter, and he overcame it. But my man's mouth is a little too wet for me,
Chill.
and he talk a little his he talk too fast, and he don't open his mouth enough when he say words. So, but I don't like listening to him speak. That's why he was a vice president before,
Mm.
because clearly Barack was the speaker of the team.
Yo, he got
He was giving the pregame speeches, and Biden was,
the hype
the nigga that was
man.
taking action. But you know
Bro.
what? It's lovely to see, black people in power. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I just hope to see that this continues and we progress further from there. Um, I just want to see black issues on the forefront,
Yeah,
like it was during the election. I just want to see people follow through on it.
big time. Big time.
You got anything else?
Nah, man, that's it, man. We're gonna stay on this and keep it moving.
Yep. So we
We're
just
going to
go
conclusion
ahead.
next.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
we're
gonna
gonna do
wrap it up.
a outro and then that's it. All right, man. All right, man. So this is our major announcement. After we done talked about the elections and the changes of America,
Yeah,
yo.
it's a time for a change. Not, and we're gonna follow suit.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
what's good,
saying?
bro?
What's good, bro? Y'all see the logo has changed. The crew is still here,
Yeah,
although it's only
just
two of
because it's
us.
two of us,
Like
that's
shit.
not a change.
We definitely gonna step that, yo. The full crew is still intact, but this episode is just a life for real, and we still in the midst of COVID, and everybody just want to stay safe. Um, but with that being said, the rebrand that we got moving on right now, and where we at, it's a whole new setup, new segments. We're gonna bring on guests.
Yeah, we gonna share our network with y'all. We all know some dope people, and it's a shame that we haven't really shared them with y'all yet. But y'all will get to know some of the great people that we like to call friends, family, associates.
Yeah,
Like Calvin said, we're gonna have some segments for y'all. It's gonna be a different look. We're not even gonna be in the same area.
word.
To y'all knowledge, same building, different area.
Right. Yeah, we still
Um,
got the connect. We ain't losing none.
yeah, the way that things happen here is gonna be a little bit different.
But for the best.
Yeah, always about progressing. We're not moving backwards for nobody.
Ooh.
Uh, so yeah, just want to let look, we're not moving backwards for nobody. So we just want to let y'all know. Be patient with us. If y'all don't see us for like a episode or two,
Right.
I don't need to hear nothing. We telling y'all right now that we working on some shit. So just be patient. Um, and we hope that y'all appreciate the changes that we have coming forward.
Yeah, man. Cause I'm definitely big excited for this. Like he said, man, we're gonna really I want to say we listen to our comments. Uh, we
Yeah.
listen to we listen to what y'all say, and we respect the feedback. So with that, we will have a lot of guests on, and it's a lot of stories that I believe that as black men that we deserve to have a platform to share.
Hmm.
So this is one of the main reasons why we created this platform. So that's what we're really about to get into now that we gained a solid
Yeah,
following.
we
And
got a nice following. Also, not just for the black men, because we know y'all ladies out here
true,
listening and watching to us too.
yeah,
So we want to not make our conversation so one sided. We want to provide some insight and perspective. For us too, we want to grow as and share and let y'all be a part of that experience. So we're gonna have some of our sisters on here. Not just gonna be a whole bunch of niggas. Ain't gonna be a dick fest up
right.
here.
We gonna
We're gonna have some women in here providing us some insight, probably checking us a little bit,
definitely, definitely.
But yeah,
What's Tweezy? How much Tweezy was it? Oh man, but just know, yo, it's all for the best. And follow us on social media. WGB Podcast. That has not changed. On YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it's all still the same name and everything, but we just about to be lit.
yeah. Just know that the fourth quarter, or really the latter part of 2020, going
Hmm.
into 2021, what's good, bro? Is gonna be a monster.
Damn. Donald Trump not president no more, or not yet. He on his way out. We on our way in. Man, just ride with us, man.
Yeah, enjoy the ride. And yeah, like I said, ride with us.
That's it.
We can't do this on our own, so
Big facts. Big
stick
facts.
with us.
And that's about it for real.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah, I think I'm pretty much done. Uh, yeah, y'all be good. Stay safe.
Stay
Corona
safe.
still exists.
It's,
Um,
it's a war outside going on. Be careful.
yeah, and the wars on many levels. So,
Yeah, right.
so protect yourself at all costs.
Yeah, know what you're doing,
Uh,
man.
yeah, stay black and not in like the physical sense. Y'all know what I mean by that. Just stay
Yep.
black.
All right.